Hi, everyone. We're back with Is Love Blind? We're covering season 10 of Love is Blind. This is part 2 of The Reunion. I'm Neil. I'm here with my co host Shelly.
Hey everyone.
And we're covering two train wrecks barreling toward they're not barreling toward each other. They have nothing to do with each other, but they're both train wrecks. Amber and Jordan, Ashley and Alex.
Yep.
I guess we're going to do Amber and Jordan first. So that's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, there's a lot. So to quick recap, they both get to the altar. It sounds like they discussed, she wasn't sure that he was going to say yes, but she still wanted to say yes. And it floored her that he also said yes, which I'm wondering what his motivations were for even saying yes. Was it because Emma was there and he didn't want to look like the bad guy, or just in general, everybody was there and he didn't want to look like the bad guy? And so he felt kind of pressured to say yes. I don't know if he knew she was going to say yes. I think they discussed it beforehand, but it wasn't clear what decision they mutually came to, if at all.
Yeah. Which brings me to, which I guess this is double-edged because it's going to hit next episode too with Em and Mike. But like, that's why, like Vanessa saying, like, that's why we encourage you not to talk about it or think about it before what the fuck are you talking about? Every episode, we're gonna do 3 parts, and every part I'm gonna say, stop saying that. No, think about it when you're rational and clear-headed. Getting married isn't an emotional decision. I mean, it is an emotional decision, but it should not be only an emotional decision.
Right.
And also shouldn't be made spur anyway. So get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Okay, so we didn't actually talk about this pre-episode, but so some of the issues in their relationship, it seemed like Jordan was very anxious based. If you listen to Amber's post interviews from the show, Amber has all the receipts. Amber has come prepared for everything, all the receipts. So Jordan is saying she didn't talk to him for 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever it was during their fight. And she's saying that she actually did, and they were texting, and she had receipts where so she was texting him during that time. So it's a bit of an exaggeration on his end to say he didn't hear from her at all. I think maybe he didn't hear from her to the extent he wanted to and wasn't reassured enough. Probably.
Oh, see, I thought it was the other way around. Why did I think it was? I thought she was the one.
No, because remember he was going through.
I thought someone said, "Were you in Devontae's isolation box?" Didn't Nick say that to him? So when was that? When I thought there was a point where Jordan disappeared for like 48 hours. And
maybe post. This was like during filming when they got in their fight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, post show. Yes, Jordan was.
Oh yeah. Post show, yes. Okay,
yes,
sorry.
Yeah. But during filming,
yes.
Yeah. He's speaking about that. And also Amber has said that their fight where she thought their editing was a bit off during the bar scene, where she supposedly overheard that Jordan was scared about kids, and it was actually about something else. So yeah. Anyways, all that to say, she says yes at the altar. Jordan, for whatever reason, decides to say yes. Even though it doesn't sound like he's sure. She's surprised. He's probably surprised himself.
Yeah.
And they're married. Emma's surprised. Everyone's surprised.
Yeah. And it all seemed like a bad idea. So
it did. Yeah. It did not turn out well. No. So Jordan agreed to marriage, but he didn't agree to what marriage would actually entail. So it sounds like he actually never moved in with Amber, which is a huge red flag. Yeah. To me, it sounds like he wanted to be single and married at the same time. And was trying his best to make that happen for himself. So he was like, if I can just keep my life the same and just see Amber when it's convenient for me or on the weekend, then I get everything I want.
Yeah.
And then I can, slide in and out of Emma's life and be there, but I don't have to fully be a father figure because that's not what he really wants.
Yeah.
And he can just have all the cakes and eat them all.
Yeah. But so But that was my problem, was he had that opinion before they got married.
Yeah.
That was the problem, right? Was he was already during the engagement or like during the tux fitting was like, I'm not moving to Mount whatever it is. And he's like, I want to be where the cool stuff is to go like hang out and do stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's not realistic. That's not what's going
to
happen.
That's the problem. When he said yes, he was still thinking, oh, I can still live where all the cool stuff is in Columbus or wherever it is he lives. I don't actually have to move in or be a husband, because that's not what he was ready for. So like knowing that, he never should have said yes.
Yeah, obviously. Why would you get
I think he knows that now.
And then I mean, then again, who am I to say? There are people who apparently get married and don't ever live together these days, and that's what they do. So, and they're very happy about it. So,
and
I
that's
don't think that's what Amber wanted, though.
So parties have like consented to that, but it doesn't sound like that's the kind of marriage that Amber signed up for or wanted.
I think Amber definitely. So, I don't want to just shit on Jordan. Amber does seem to have a lot of emotional baggage.
Yeah.
So I think she's probably dated not very good guys, and that's not entirely her fault, but also like you can't, like he said he felt like I've been in that position of being like, hey, I'm the only not asshole you've dated, and then it's like you still get treated like an asshole, or like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I'm not like those people. And it's like, well, too bad. Prove it. And I'm like, I thought I am. And so like, that's the problem. Like, so I think she has a little bit of a chip on her shoulder. And I think to me, if you're worried about a man's motivation to marry you and meeting a good guy, do you know what a smart decision isn't? Going on Love is Blind. If you're an unattached single with a carefree life that it doesn't really matter if you blow up or something horrible happens, you're fine. But if you're like a parent with responsibilities and care about your kid, don't go on the show, because you run into the risk of some fucking loser like this.
Yeah.
Actually, but at the same time, it's just not what he wanted. I'm not saying he's a loser forever. I think he was genuinely I think he had no idea what it was like. He had no expectation that he didn't know what was expected. He had no idea what actually going out with someone with a kid was like. And then he was like, oh, this sucks, I'm out.
I think he's just a giant kid himself.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine. He can be that way because it's just him. Yeah. But he can't be in a relationship with anybody, much less somebody with a kid. And I think he knew that. And he knew that about himself, but he still went against his deal breakers instinct, because I guess he fell in love with Amber? Question mark. Whatever happened there. But like, and I think that just goes to show that if you have a deal, your deal breakers are a deal breaker for a reason.
Yeah.
And if they're going to change, then it needs to be, you really need to reflect on that. Like, I don't think he had any time to reflect in whatever 6 weeks this whole process is, to decide if he wanted to like make that quick, like 180 kind of turnaround. Yeah. And if they both said no at the altar, and he could have been the boyfriend that lives in Columbus and travels on the weekends, that's acceptable. That's fine. People do that all the time. Sure. Yeah. But he never had that for himself, and he never pushed to have that for himself.
Yeah.
He bypassed everything and ended up where he ended up. And I think that just probably a lesson for all of us. Like, if you have a deal breaker, really.
Yeah, I think be realistic, right?
Yeah.
Be realistic.
Yeah. And it doesn't make you a bad person. Like, if you're just like, I don't want to kid in my life, that's totally fine. Yeah. But I think where it makes you, I don't want to say bad person, but just going against yourself is like, this is the kind of situation he ended up in. And so he broke up with Amber. He didn't say goodbye to Emma, which broke Emma's heart because she'd grown its attachment to him. And then, Amber has to be strong for her child, who's, 7, 8, doesn't really understand what happened. She's asking to create a memory box for Jordan. So Emma's having to grieve, but she can't really grieve. And she's having to help her child through all these big emotions. And it's a lot for Amber to go through. Like Jordan didn't have to, like Jordan's just taking care of Jordan. He's out partying, he's doing whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
He washed his hands and he's done.
Yeah.
Everything's falling back on Amber. And I think that's kind of really unfair just because he made the stupid decision on a whim, basically.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on how that went. Like, I don't know what you do in that scenario. If you're dating someone with a kid though, and you break it off with them. Now again, this is demented because they were married, which is insane.
Yeah.
Because like, again, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But like, if you break up with them, it's really like if they were like, hey, my kid would like to say goodbye, then I think, and he said no, but I think I feel like once he quote walked out, he was no longer welcome. So I feel like that wasn't I think it was so like, I don't know, what do you do then? Because you don't want to make it worse, and the kid may not doesn't understand, and so they do. I mean, she's 7, she gets some, but like she doesn't get whatever. So like, I think that's so brutal. And again, I think it goes to show people should probably take these things more seriously and stop being dipshits. Like, that's on you, buddy. Understand like what the situation is and how important it is, and don't take that responsibility lightly. And so I think it's really hard though, because what do you do if they don't, like, they kind of manage that? Like, I don't know, Amber, it sounded like wanted a goodbye from him to Emma, but I also don't think it's good to be like, I wouldn't want her to let Emma make a memory box to quote make him come back. Like, that's not the lesson you want to learn. I think the lesson should be like, I understand your attack. It's really hard. Like, I think you do have to be there for them, and you have to be strong.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's what being a parent is.
Yeah.
But also, I'm not going to be that upset because don't go on a fucking dating show and get married in 6 weeks. That's just a terrible idea. So don't do that to your child. And after that, like, I'll dig Jordan more if they were dating for 8 months and like whatever. So like, I don't know. That's where I'm a little like, this is all bad. I think everyone was a bad actor here. I think everyone was a little damaged and looking for something they were not ready for. So I think they all have a lot of work to do.
But sometimes, I mean, to be devil's advocate for Amber, maybe it took her going on this show to realize, because like, on your own, like, there's only so much work you can do on yourself. Sometimes it takes getting into a relationship to reflect back to you what else you need to work on or what else there is. Because you can do all the work in the world on your own, but things are different when you get in a relationship and you are triggered differently and things do come up for you. So maybe her going on this show was maybe a little eye-opening for her. And
I hope so. I feel like it's just making her hate men more. And I'm like, I think this is a problem because now she's going to have a real, like, harsh pushback. And it is really hard to take that beating if you're trying to be the nice person and get yelled at. I don't think Jordan probably stepped up to deserve that. So I'm not saying in this case, but I'm hoping if she finds a good guy, it's not like he doesn't get beat up and accused of being a Jordan.
No, and I mean, she did say she didn't think Jordan was a bad guy. It's just not the guy for her. So she did admit that. She wasn't like shitting on Jordan. Yeah. She shat on Chris and was like, you're not a Chris. So thank God for that. And he's not. So she was fair and like putting them in different categories. So like, I don't think she was completely unfair to Jordan. And so
I think it's just tragic for both of them. It sucks. It just sucks.
Yeah. So post show, they both, or Amber at least, went on a podcast and she was talking about, so I guess Jordan had said the turning point for their relationship for him was when she got drunk at his best friend's wedding. And so I think they said on the reunion that he had to put her in the car and let her sober up. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, it's an afternoon wedding. She got a little too trashed. He had to put her in the car. Okay. Instead, what happens is Amber doesn't drink a lot. So she gets to his wedding. She's like, yeah, I got trashed. Whoop-de-doo. You just do that at weddings.
Sure.
And it happened to be 11 o'clock at night. And that's when he put her in a car, which I find so weird. Like, I know it's his best friend's wedding and he's best man, but your duties are over by 11 p.m. Like, he just wanted to go out and keep the party going at that point. Like, there's nothing left for him to do except to keep partying.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, there's that, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I just feel like it's so, like, I don't, okay. So many questions running through my mind. I know she lives in the middle of nowhere, it sounds like, but why was Uber not an option? Why was calling somebody else to pick her up not an option? Why was not taking her home, making sure she's okay? She's your wife. Not an option. Why is partying with your friends so much more important to you than taking care of your wife? Now, I understand, again, if it's like you still have best man duties to do or you still have the whole wedding to go through or the reception, but by 11 p.m., most of the stuff is done. Yeah. So, like, it's just weird. It just shows he doesn't prioritize her.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. And yeah, like, I mean, I don't know. I haven't really been a best man that I know of often, at least not that I remember well enough to know. Like, I didn't really have a lot of duties other than like,
no.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, I've been maid of honor twice. I've been in a number of weddings as a bridesmaid. I probably stayed past 11 at most of these, if not all these weddings.
Yeah, I pretty much always, I stay later.
But usually by that point, the bride and groom are on their way out or close to being done. Like, the party's wrapping up by 11. Yeah, there's only been a few instances where there's like a actual designated after party. A lot of times it's like, hey, we're just going to keep it going. Very few instances where it's like, we are definitely keeping it going. Here's, either way. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like he had other options and he just chose to put her away in the car and continue partying.
I don't think, I think based on his personality, I think he did want to, like, he just wants to be out broing down and doing whatever. And that's great. Do that. But don't get married to someone with a 7-year-old. And
don't put her in a car at 11 o'clock. Like, that's weird to me. It's so weird to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess if you drove and I don't know.
I don't know.
I guess I wouldn't be offended if I was drunk and someone was like, let me just put you in the car. And I was like, okay.
Right, but also you're a guy.
I mean,
I think it's different to put a drunk girl in a car. Because I questioned where this car was. Was it like in the parking lot where they were partying? Or
this is probably in Ohio, man, which means it's like at a venue out in the middle of fucking nowhere with a parking lot. Like,
I would feel safe if somebody just locked me in a car.
Oh, but that's the thing. Everyone feels unsafe in the country, but there's no one there. So there's literally no one there to fuck with you. So, like, people that are used to cities. Literally, I used to have this like funny thing with friends that like that was a big deal. Where like I knew someone that grew up in the country. Yeah. And to me, sometimes the country gets really fucking creepy at night, like, because you'll hear weird sounds and stuff. And they're like, yeah, but no one's out here. It's in the middle of nowhere. And I was like, and they're like, I'm scared in the city where people actually break into your house to murder you. And I'm like, I guess I didn't think about it. They're like, why would anyone drive out here? It's half an hour outside of town. No one even cares I exist. And I was like, it's just a way of putting it. They're like, people commit crimes. That's who's in cities.
So, but I think this wedding probably would have been in Columbus where he lives.
Yeah, I guess it could have been in a parking lot in Columbus. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. It just depends. But also, what the fuck, man? How long were they together? And they went to 5 fucking weddings of his.
Yeah.
5?
That's probably made a role in him saying yes. Because he's like, all my friends are getting married. I'm going to lose my drinking buddies.
Yeah, so he needs one. Yeah. So, like, anyway. Ugh. Yeah. Not great. Not great.
No. He did say that whenever he would come to where she lived and hang out, he was always doing stuff for her, cooking for her, doing all this stuff, and didn't feel appreciated. But that's okay. Yes, you are doing all these things, but there are also husband things to do. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess it's hard. Well, yeah, I think it's up to both people though. Like, she should have said no because she should have known before you get married. You should be 100% sure your partner plans to live with you or not, period. But that's on you. Look, I'm sorry. That's on Amber. That's on Amber. You should know that. And if you're unwilling or too afraid to ask, you have to work through some things. Sorry,
That's
these are
not
hard
Amber.
truths.
Well, who gets married to someone thinking they're not going to live with them? Like, how is that on Amber? I'm sorry. That's on Jordan.
Amber.
That's not on Amber.
He said
On what
he said
planet do
he
you
said
think
it
someone's
he
not
said
gonna live
multiple no, he said multiple times in the
Did
show.
he say it to her?
Yeah.
I don't
he
know.
did.
I don't.
He did.
Mm,
She had wishful thinking. I think she was believing things that were not true.
He never
think
said,
she-
"No, I will not live with you if we're not married." That's a different conversation than saying,
Oh, he said, I will never live in, quote, where she lives, and was literally saying how she would have to live there and what the commute would be. And they never settled whether he would drive Emma to school. Like, none of
No,
that got solved,
never
and he brought
talked
that
about
up.
because they both said yes, or he said yes without thinking.
You should have a conversation before you marry someone to know if they're going to live with you, because if you've made the assumption and the other person didn't, you're fundamentally on two wrong pages. You're on the wrong page. You have to know if the person plans to live with you or not.
Well,
You
I guess
can't
that's
assume
a
that.
dating
You
question to
can't
ask.
assume
If we get married,
anything,
do you
yeah.
want to live with me or do you want to live separate? Do you want to combine our finances or do you want separate? Do you want kids or no? Also, are we living together or are we living separate? Like, it's not a question that couples need to have.
I know people that actually think the splitting finances is just as ludicrous to think of as the house thing, like living together. They think like combining or not combining is just as insane as not living together or living together. Like, I know people that are just fundamentally like one way or the other, and like really don't like the thought of and I'm like, I don't care that much.
Yeah.
But some people are very adamant about what they're into. Like,
but they talk about it. But like, I don't know. I just feel like living together is kind of a given. I don't know.
Is it?
Well, I think it was the assumption when he said yes, he was saying yes to everything. And that's kind of a problem, but also like, he really just should have said yes.
Well, then I guess we got to really dog Mike, because Emma did mean she wanted kids by saying yes, and he didn't know that at all.
No, there's a lot of not communication happening with all these couples.
That's why I'm saying never make the assumption, Shelley. You think it's an insane thing for me to say you should ask your partner if they plan on living.
Oh, I also think I think Emma should have explicitly said to Mike, I am saying yes, and I am saying yes to kids. I think she should have explicitly said that to him. We'll get into that next.
Oh, sure. I think we should definitely have said that. I also think Amber should have said, you seem really opposed to living where I live, and this logistics thing is a problem. How are we going to do this? And if you don't have an answer to that before the altar, you don't say yes. And that's a hard line for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to sound, I don't know. This is going to sound insane, but because so many people have so many ideas of what is acceptable, I just learn from autistic people. Just ask people flat out, what do you think of this? And then let them tell you. Yeah. And that's the thing. All my autistic friends, sometimes they have to do that. They're just like, what are you doing right now? They just have to ask, like, I don't understand what's happening. And then you explain it and they're like, got it. You're making assumptions that I did not make. Let's go through these. And then you work through it. But yeah, I think the fact that he didn't live with her or have any intention to, and I saw it on camera, means someone fundamentally didn't ask a question before saying yes to that marriage.
Well, I think her whole lifestyle just wasn't for him. The kid, the moving, like none of it was for him. And again, it goes back to like, he should have never, he knew what his deal breakers were. He knew he didn't want a kid. He knew he didn't want to live not in the city. And he knew neither of those things make him a bad guy. Like I said, it's the fact that he went against what he believes, and this is the end result. Because he couldn't change what he wanted. He thought he could maybe, but he didn't.
Yeah. Well, all I'm saying is I watched how many hours of footage did we watch of them? However many hours, 3 hours total of footage. And I knew for a fact he wasn't interested in living in her house. And she had no fucking clue, apparently. And that's her fault also. I'm not saying it's entirely her fault. I'm saying it's both of their faults for him not being honest. But also, don't be fucking delusional. I have to be hard now. I have to really be harsh to people, Shelley. I have to give them the hard truth. Like,
well, they didn't communicate, and also
communicate,
but also in 6-7 weeks,
don't get me,
not enough time to communicate every little thing.
No,
and you probably don't even think about some things, like, because it's such a given.
Sure,
it's probably not even cross her mind, like, fundamentally, because there's no time for you to sit down and process or think. There really isn't. So, like, yeah, I mean, she should have had the conversation with him, but like, also in the middle of this, she's navigating her child. She's navigating the whole prospect of marriage. She's navigating, what this looks like for her whole life and everything. Like, maybe she just forgot. I know that sounds so stupid to say, but on the checklist of everything to ask, maybe she just didn't think that was one she needed to clarify. Or that it would just work itself out once they were married. Because
I do not condone that. I
don't condone it. Yeah. But that's why you don't get married in 6 weeks or 7 weeks, because you don't have enough time to
100%. Yes. 100%. Oh, I think that's number one on my list. Number one. Well, I guess there's several others probably top, but number one of them in the top 5, definitely going to be, are you going to live with me if you live in a different city?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've had conversations about where I would live with someone who lived 30 minutes away.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah.
And we dated, and I thought, is this too far? Is 45 minutes too far? Like, I've had that conversation with people I've just gone out with. Yeah. So, like, again, I think she has some issues and really, really wanted this dream thing to work out. And I think she needs to do some work so that she doesn't let a fucking slack-jawed loser like Jordan go up and fucking bumble around. And but also stop getting dicks, because dickheads are going to pretend they know what they're doing and just be fuck faces. So don't choose them either.
But I think Chris really helped every guy out this season.
Oh yeah, they all look great.
Like, everyone else is so shitty, but they don't even compare.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aside from Vic, of course, and Connor. But yeah, I don't think Mike's that bad either. Okay. So it's about half and half, really. But I think
Mike's middle of the road. He's middle of the road, probably.
But I think there's a couple of guys that are so awful, but they don't even look as bad because we had Chris. So Chris,
of course.
If anything, they should be sending Chris thank you notes for
just for sure.
being himself and just really helping every other guy out.
Amping them all.
Yeah. Because on a normal, like, Jordan's, I don't love him. And I think if they were just dating, none of this would have happened, obviously.
Sure.
I think he should just keep on partying. That's what he does best.
Yeah.
And that's what he should keep on doing. Yeah. No relationship for Jordan for a while.
Yeah.
Ever, maybe. Yeah. Just don't do it.
He'll grow up. I think he'll get there eventually. I think he's just not there yet.
Maybe when he sees all his other friends being married and that they can't go out with him all the time and drink and party.
Then he's gonna be like, oh, this is boring. So now I have to hang out by myself. I guess.
Or he'll just find new friends. I don't know. That's an option too.
Maybe. Could be. But we don't know.
Jordan should definitely stay single for a little while longer. Yeah. Just party up, bro. That's what you're good at. That's what you do. You just keep doing you.
Yeah. Live it up, bud.
You're the best Jordan that you can be.
That's right. Right. Learn to cook. Do some things.
He does know how to cook. Yeah. You just keep being Jordan, because right. Relationships are not for you.
Live it up, bud. Right now. Live it up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So I hope she finds a better guy, because she seems sweet. Like, I think, I don't want to sound harsh on her. Like, I just think, like, she has some stuff to work through that's definitely a real thing that she needs to do. But also, like, I hope she finds a really great guy, because she seems like a really sweet lady. She's also a very girl's girl, quote unquote, like super stands up for everybody. I think she's great. I love her to death. Her daughter seems super sweet. It sounds like a tragic. It's all awful. I feel like the whole thing is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I didn't want to only trash Jordan. I did feel bad for him a little bit. I felt like he got very overwhelmed, and I didn't know what. I was like, but also I think everyone's kind of at fault. He's obviously
a little, I guess, but like, I think he really.
They're not living together. I was just like, okay, man, this just seems like a fundamental breakdown that you should definitely never have. This is crazy to me, but I'm sorry. I have different red lines than everyone else sometimes.
But he was supposed to move in with her. That was a thing. He was supposed to move in. he had agreed to move in.
Oh, see, I never heard that really.
Yeah.
I never got that impression.
Yeah, whatever timeline, I guess it was last year. Like he was supposed to move in by July.
Okay.
Whenever, I don't know when they got married. We'll say May, June, April. I don't know.
Sure.
But July was the timeline he was supposed to move in with her. So
and
he didn't. So
Sure.
yeah, that's on him for not following through.
Oh, that's on him. Yeah, he just didn't want it. Honestly.
No, he just doesn't want to give up his single lifestyle. So yeah, go be single, Jordan. There's plenty for you to do out in the single world.
Yep. Look, they're just gonna get it. He's gonna get a place with Alex and Devontae. They're gonna all live together. They're all just gonna bro down. That's it. That's the new thing. It's gonna be Three's Company 2. Three's Company 2. That I was gonna say, is it part 2? No, just Three's Company 2. They're gonna reboot it.
And we'll get into Devontae not living with his fiance later.
Yes, that's right. But Alex and Ashley,
okay.
I don't know. There's not a lot to say. Yeah, we went a lot longer on Amber and Jordan, but I don't know. There was a lot there. Ashley and Alex just hate each other.
Yeah.
Straight out.
I don't think Alex got a PR person based on the way he's dressed. Just saying. He just showed up. He's
also, yeah, like, and the difference, Chris is sitting very, like, demure, and Alex just kind of, like, slumped, like, whatever, Nick.
Yeah.
Doesn't give a shit.
No. So, yeah. He definitely doesn't feel like he lied about anything. I think he genuinely believes he didn't lie about anything. I think his word salad that comes out of his mouth, like he genuinely believes all the shit that comes out of his mouth. And I do think there is some truth to it. It's just buried. It's not a straight truth. It's a very curvy line to maybe get to partial truth. I don't know if he's ever telling the whole truth. Yeah. I don't know. There's no telling with this guy. It's way too much that it seems like he is lying, but he does have a story for everything. So, and there's just not enough time in the world to sit down with Alex.
Yeah.
Like you would have to spend real time with him. Ashley, of course, got to and felt like he was lying about everything and rightfully so broke it off, had her moment.
I know he felt mad that, I guess we didn't talk about this as our breakdown, but he felt very offended that she like dug him so hard in her like rejection because she went first. And then she said in the reunion, like, I felt like I had to go first. I thought for a different interesting reason. I thought she was going to be more worried, not that she would cry. I thought that was actually a kinder thing to say because she was like, I thought maybe if he rejected me, I might get emotional and just like cry. I thought she was going to say, well, if he went first, people are just going to call me a bitch and like dog. And I was like, that's what they would do to a woman because fucking people are gross. Yeah. So I think she should have gone first. And I think he deserved everything she said. Also, he's clearly lying and stupid now. And then he fucking calls Nick on it. And it's like, Nick's like, I don't know. Your timeline doesn't. He's like, he's like, it seemed like she said you were lying or you lied. And he goes, what I lie about, Nick? What I lie about, Nick? And everyone in the audience, dead silent.
But that's the thing. I don't even know what he lied about because it's so much word salad. I can't even pick it apart. I have no idea.
So there's a very nerdy game called Call of Cthulhu, and one of the skills in said role-playing game is fast talk. That's the whole point. It's the game of the exchanging the $20 bill with a cashier to like trade them dollars until you steal money from them. It's all fast talk. He tries to tell you so much so fast that you can't keep track of it. No. And the details are all, and then the manipulates. If you notice the detail change, he goes, I was just so busy. Let's go through my Airbnb. And then I'm like, number one, motherfucker, you're an adult.
Yeah.
If your living history includes only Airbnbs for several years, you're not an adult. You're a loser. You're just some fucking.
He is a nomad soccer player.
That's right. He's a gonad wandering around, rolling through.
Yeah. Also, so him and Devontae now live together post show.
Which I
did not see that duo together. God,
it's like the most. It's like if you put Chris in there instead of Jordan, you'd have the most toxic house possible. But Christ,
yeah.
And also
watching him play soccer with Devontae, and Devontae, I don't know enough about soccer. At that, But watching him only catch 5 out of the 10 kicks, whatever, that Jordan made.
So
is he a good player, or what is that? Because now I'm like, I think we understand what happened to your soccer career. I know that's so mean to say, but what is the average here? Should
I don't know.
More?
I don't know enough, but here's the difference. My concern is that I saw Devontae's kicks. And so I was very confused at how a professional soccer goalie could not have stopped more of those.
Yeah.
Only because, like, professional players, I don't know, if you get 50-50, you're fucking awesome as a goalie. But some of those kicks were real lame. So I was kind of like, is he like hamstringing this a little, sandbagging this a little? But also, is he just not very good? Because like 5 out of 10 doesn't seem great when the kicks. Devontae barely got it in the air half the time. Like, he wasn't like kicking like screamers. So I think I don't know.
I
was more excited to see Devontae actually be happy.
He only talked about his soccer career so much. And he was like, David Beckham, not that good. So-and-so, not that good. And that's all I'm bringing that up.
I will say soccer goalies are the one goalie, in my opinion, that you just pretty are sure you're going to, like, if you're good, you're probably score. Like, it's really hard because they're the smallest person to net ratio, right?
Yeah.
So, like, it is really hard to block soccer goals. I don't want soccer goalies, if anyone's listening, to like shit on me for saying like soccer goalies aren't good or hard. I've seen amazing saves.
Yeah.
But again, a lot of times soccer goalies just get fucking just devastated because your goal's giant and there's literally no way to stop it. But I think he should have had, I feel like he should have had at least 6 or 7 on that one.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, they're growing it up now, living together.
Mm-hmm.
I did like that.
I've ever seen Devontae ever. The only time I've seen Devontae excited about anything was playing soccer with Alex.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they found each other, and that's what matters here.
Yep.
Yeah. We have a sweet story we didn't know we needed.
Yep. Another bromance.
Yeah.
Just like Zach and whatever the guy from that season was Zach. I don't even remember him now.
I can visualize that you're talking about. I can't remember his name.
Yes, I don't remember. Anyway.
Yeah. Devontae and Alex. Did Alex. I don't know.
Yep.
I'm trying to do Alex.
Yeah. Oh, Alex. Alex.
Devonix.
Alex. Is it pretty good?
Anyway. Devonix. Yeah, either way. But I did think it was a sweet moment when Vanessa just kind of showed him some humanity a little bit and said to him, I don't think we've ever seen your walls down, because he's gotten shit on, I'm sure, a lot outside the show and on the show, and rightfully so. But I do think he has a really tough past. Maybe Chris does too. We just don't know about it. But I do think Alex has a really tough past that he hasn't confronted. And that's where I think a lot of this is his trauma. Like, I don't think he's trying to be this malicious person. I think he genuinely believes what he's saying. He just had to grow up in a household where he was abused as a child. And so his perception is like warped a little bit. Yeah. And he feels like the need to constantly be like, when Ashley's asking him these questions, he's even saying, I feel like I have to defend myself. And a lot of times in abusive situations, you feel like that by your abuser. You're always defending yourself against them. And so I can see where like he constantly felt like he was being attacked, even though Ashley probably didn't mean it that way. And so when he feels like he's being attacked, he's probably answering in these word salad situations because his mind is racing and it's triggering him, taking him back to his childhood. This is all a guess. This is my psychology 101.
I feel it feels pretty accurate though. It feels accurate.
But so I think that's what's happening with him. So I did like that Vanessa did give him a little bit of grace and just say, like, we never saw your walls down ever. And I don't think we did. I think he was always up, and probably, and rightfully so, has this mentality that, people are out to get him because he did grow up in an abusive household. And I can't imagine what that does to a child. and how it manifests later. So like, I actually don't think he's that bad of a guy. I think he just has a lot of trauma to work through. I'd like to see him on the other side at some point and see what he's really like, because I don't think we ever got the real Alex. We just got like somebody who's really scared to fully be themselves and just always feels like they have to defend everything that's being asked of them. Because I think every time, you know, I mean, I'm imagining like being in that abusive situation as a child, you're probably getting constant questions and you just feel like you have to go on the offense or defense all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Also, having unreliable narrators and people who are emotionally unstable around does make you over-explain a lot, because you have to, and so I'm used to that dynamic, and so I have definitely
I don't think his mom, even though she wasn't like that, obviously, I don't know that his mom could provide a safe space for him as a child. His stepfather definitely couldn't. So I don't know if he ever had like a safe adult as a child. And like, so he grew up with this very like lifestyle that he's living. Like, he's running away constantly. His nomadic lifestyle is just him running away, not wanting to face anything.
Well, that's what his mom is clearly doing also, though, is like, he's like, oh, I didn't know you moved to so-and-so for a job. And she's like, oh yeah, well, I had to do it. And like, I could tell, like, it's a bad dynamic. I've seen that dynamic. And so,
and I do think his mom loves him and does care about him. That's not the issue, but she's not loving him in a way that he needs to heal, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think she has shortfalls, I guess, that she may also need to address.
But, well, she also was probably in an abusive relationship herself, so we don't know.
Of course, yeah.
So she's got, like, they both have a lot of trauma, I think, and I think that's what we saw play out with Alex. So, I don't think he's a bad guy. I know he's gotten probably shit on a lot, but I do have some compassion for him, because I do think a lot of this is his trauma. Like, I don't think he's trying to put Ashley down necessarily. He's just like, it's not a big deal. This is my type. That's how she took it. And, you know, she's projecting a little bit, reverse projecting. Because I don't think Alex ever called her not attractive or ugly. He is telling her she's beautiful all the time. He's just saying, I'm not attractive. There's a big difference. But she's interpreting it. And I get that as a girl. I totally get that. If a guy tells you you're not his type, you interpret that in every which way possible.
Yeah, it's not great to say.
So I totally get that. But I also don't think that's what he meant when he was saying that, because he's kind of an idiot and doesn't know how to. These guys are idiots. Like, this whole conversation about you're not my type has just got to go, because it's just yikes. And I think we should do a podcast episode at some point on that. Should you ever disclose that to your partner? You're not my type, because I don't think it leads anywhere good.
Never say that.
And like, I do think she like, took that in the wrong way, but also I totally get it as a girl. Like, it sucks to hear that. You don't want to hear that. And you do internalize that and take it to the nth degree. But I also don't think that's what he meant when he was saying that.
Yeah. I mean, I make the joke that she was like, he didn't want me because I didn't have brown hair like his mommy. And I'm like, mommy issues. Sorry, Alex, I had to get one more dig in. This is a podcast. It's for entertainment. I'm not sorry. I need to make money by shitting on you.
Also, come on our podcast, Alex. We'd love
to come on and talk to us. We'll be nice.
Yeah, I'll be nice. We'll play good cop, bad cop. I'll be good cop.
I'll be nice to him. I feel bad for him. I think he legitimately has a lot of trauma, and I don't know how to help that unless you want help. And I'm not sure he does, because he's just gonna bro down with fucking Devontae all day. Although apparently now we haven't talked about, because Devontae has a baby on the way. Spoiler alert from next episode. So what the fuck's happening there? So how are they living together? What? I don't know.
Why are they living? Devontae's a whole other
mess. Anyway, we've got more to dig into. Do we have? I don't know. I think I see where he was like, her dad was on the offensive, and I'm like, what do you expect? Like,
but again, I think that translates back to his childhood. Like, his dad's asking questions that I think any dad would probably ask. And he's just like, oh God, I'm being attacked again. Like, I think he takes that in a very different direction. And like, all this shit comes out. So it turns out, when people thought, or the dad thought, he might have been lying about how long his grandparents had been married, for example. So they had been married 50 years. He just didn't know his grandfather's age. So he said the wrong age, because he's just word salading and trying to get a response and trying to get there quickly. probably because it's childhood trauma and he
Yeah,
doesn't want to get
again,
attacked.
yeah.
He
Yeah,
doesn't
he's
want to
putting
be
it. Yeah,
punished
he's
for not
yeah. He
having
has
the
to be.
answer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
Which is fair. Which is
yeah.
sucks.
Oh,
It sucks for him.
Yeah. And so he comes across as a liar a lot of times. And he may have been lying, but I think a lot of it's him just word salading because he's so scared if he doesn't have an answer, he's going to get punished.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just completely wrong and he's a complete shitbag. I don't know. But that's my
You can still be both.
Could be both. Yeah, true.
Because as an adult human being, you have the choice to make better choices. You can always try to do a little better. And I don't think he's trying to do better. I think he's trying to just defend himself and say, hey, you should. Oh, everything he ever says is a fucking speech on the way off the field to the locker room. That's the hit. That's the thing I hate about him. What do you think about Ashley? I think Ashley's great. She seems like a great person. She checks all the boxes. There's really nothing I could think of that doesn't check a box or whatever. And so I'm really happy to play this life with her. And, next half of life, we're going to come out strong and we're going to have some kids. Right? Everything he says is like that. He's like, I wish you would have just come out and said, hey, I'm not your person. And that's it. Like, be respectful. Like, you don't go out and say the other team's a bunch of dickheads. You say they played a great game, but we outplayed them. And I'm like, bro, this ain't soccer.
But I think that goes back to Vanessa's point. We never saw him let his wall down.
Yeah, he does.
And let him we never really saw, I don't think we ever saw the real Alex. Because he was
I don't know if Alex knows who the real Alex is.
Probably not.
I don't know if Alex is a person. Because he identifies himself as someone who isn't anything.
Yeah. Well, he's so he doesn't. I think he is emotionally numbed out. He says he's not, but I think he is very emotional, not in touch with a lot of his feelings.
Oh,
and
maybe
living with Devontae for a few years, months, whatever it is, it's maybe just what he needs. And maybe hopefully he'll get there one day. Maybe right now he just needs to be Alex for a while, and that's okay. Just like Jordan needs to be Jordan and party it up. Maybe Alex just needs to live his nomad life till he's ready to heal, and that's okay.
Yeah. Stop going on these shows if you don't actually want to be a partner. How about that? How about you stop doing it just to tick a box or because you feel like it's the thing to do? It's a terrible plan. So, I don't know. We've got a few more couples and we're plowing through.
Yeah.
But I think we're good on this one, right?
I think so. I
think we covered it. Sorry, we went over again, folks, but it's
a lot to talk about.
Reunions are always a goddamn mess. There's just so much. So we've got the rest of the couples. Was it Emma, Mike, Devontae, Brittany, and Vic and Christine coming up next? Hopefully that'll go much shorter. I'm gonna really try to rein this one in. So follow us at Is Love Blind Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can then find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or other podcasters of your choice. Please rate us, review us, subscribe. Please like if you could. That would be awesome. That would really help us get our name out there. Comment, tell us what you think. Other than that, if you have ideas for stuff to watch, also that you want to see us cover, let us know. Other than that, I'm good.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
We'll talk to you next time.